And if you're like me and you have a really short attention span, I'll be showing you how I packed my backpack for a year of traveling across Asia in 5 minutes. Hi everyone, my name's Jordan, and I've already solo traveled Asia for a year across 9 different countries, backpacked to Europe for 2 months, and in 1 week I'm leaving again with one backpack and no return date. I pack everything into this 65-liter backpack, and I've already used it across 9 different countries, so every item has a job. And speaking of having a job, even though this is a 65-liter backpack, I've been able to carry this on most of my flights. But again, it just depends on your airline. When I decide what goes in my backpack, I start with bottoms. I bring a few pairs that cover every situation, like cargo pants for colder nights, hikes, and even travel days, linen pants for really hot days, flary pants for nights out, and a couple of jorts for a casual day or night. Everything mixes really easily so that I don't overpack. Last time I made the mistake of overpacking and I had way too many outfits that I even had to give most of them away. Next are stuff that I honestly don't recommend on bringing. I group shampoo, conditioner, and body wash all together because everywhere I stayed in Asia already had them. If you're picky though, I understand and you can definitely bring them, but I usually buy them when I get there. Second one, and it's kind of a hot take, but it's one of those travel size neck pillows. They're really big, they're bulky, and personally, it wasn't even that much more comfortable than if I didn't have one at all. And then the big one for me is bringing way too many outfits. Last time I overpacked and I literally had to give most of my outfits away. Laundry in Asia is just super easy. You can do it yourself or you can use a service and they'll do it for you. So I really just don't see the point of overpacking. I do laundry about once a week and sometimes even less. I know I could bring more, but this just works for me in the way that I like to travel. And I'm not focusing on having so many outfits for Instagram because the way that I like to travel is to focus on the nature, the ocean, the food, and the people. So this time I'm bringing 5 bottoms, 10 tops that all mix together, and this just gives me way more options than I actually need. For tops, I keep it really simple and I just focus on stuff that mixes well with all my bottoms. I bring a lot of black, white, tank tops, tees, and a few button ups. And the button ups are big for me because I can wear them open during the day or even buttoned at night. And honestly, everything just works together, so I'm not really thinking about outfits. Now for stuff that I always recommend, these are a bit small, but they just make life a little bit easier. A microfiber towel, cause they're super light, dries really fast, and not every hostel has towels. Locks and carabiners for lockers, bags, and also just to have peace of mind in random situations. Earplugs for loud hostels, buses, and flights, and I do not travel without them. And sunscreen, because I found that in Southeast Asia, sunscreen is extremely expensive, so I would just recommend on bringing your own. I keep my wallet, passport, and also daily items in here so I'm not just stuffing my pockets. And none of this is exciting, but all of it gets used. Here's a pro tip before I wrap this up, but if you're traveling a long time just like I am, I would recommend getting a travel credit card. You can earn points. Also, there's no foreign transaction fees, so that's a plus, and they definitely add up over time. Again, this isn't a sponsored video, but I have the Capital One Venture X card. I've been able to travel on points. I also recommend having a debit card that doesn't charge ATM fees when you withdraw cash. I have the Charles Schwab debit card and they reimburse you on any ATM fees. Again, this is not really necessary, but if you're traveling a long time, it just makes life a little bit easier. Also, I made a simple packing checklist that you could download for free, and it's linked in the description if you want it. Alrighty, so that was how I packed my backpack in 5 minutes. Thanks again for watching. I really hope that this was helpful and informational, and I hope it made you a little less nervous and stressed when packing your backpack. I hope it also showed you that you really don't need too much to get out there in the world. You can do it very simply, minimalistic. And I know when I was traveling for my first time, I was very nervous and stressed about packing and maybe forgetting something that I absolutely needed. But yeah, I hope that this took a little bit of stress and nervousness off of you. I hope that it helped, and thank you again for watching. I hope to see you out there in the world, and thanks again.